YouTube. What's happening with y'all today, man? What's going on with you? How everybody out there doing? How's everybody doing, man? My name is Aaron Real Talk. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. How's everybody doing? We on live, YouTube live, man. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, man. If this is your first time, make sure you like, follow, hit that subscription button. We live, man. We live at 5 right here, man. You know what I mean? So, it's one of those. When does helping your child become enabling? That's what I want to talk to y'all about today, man. When does helping your child become enabling? Right? Because I think a lot of us parents struggle with that aspect of, helping our adult children. And how does that look, man? But first thing first, man, y'all leave me in the chat. Let me know where you're from, where you're calling in from, man. And we're going to get started with the show. We'll give a little bit more time. Man. A little bit more time. Man, hopefully everybody had a great Monday, great start of your week. Hopefully everything went well for you. It was a blessed week for you. And, we'll get to it, man. It's going to be a positive, good week this week, man. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good week. My spoker's on, man. Y'all know I'm kind of blind. Yeah, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good, man. So, understand. Damn, I can see too good with them bad boys on. Oh, man. Hey, but anyways, man, when does helping your adult child become enabling? At what point does helping your adult child become enabling? You see that a lot nowadays. You see a lot of parents struggling with that aspect. When do they cut off? When do they stop helping out? And at what point does that become enabling? Right? When does that become enabling? And look, I found this video today on TikTok, man. I want to bring it up. I'm going to do a live reaction to that, man. But at what point do you get to that level that you say, you know what? I can't help no more. I can't do this no more. I'm doing too much. It's enabling. You know what I mean? Like, what point do you get to that level of saying that, hey, I'm doing too much? You know what I mean? It's crazy to think about that. But as parents now, that's how we got to look at things when we're dealing with our adult child, right? It's just insane to me. But like I say, at what point do you have to get to that point to where you say to yourself, I'm helping so much, it's enabling my adult children? I think a lot of us parents struggle with that, struggle with the balance and trying to figure out, how do you do that? Right? Because for the most part of us, many of us parents, we want to see our children succeed on a whole nother level. So we give, and try. And we want to see them succeed. But then you get to a point to where you realize that I'm doing too much. I'm enabling them. I'm hurting them. So how do you get to that point? How do you switch that up? Right? It's hard. So I got this video, man. We're going to react to this. I found it on TikTok today. And I thought it was hilarious what he was saying. And I know some parents are going to feel this. So let me play it right quick. Let me know what y'all think. Hold on right quick, y'all. Hold on.
I know it's some parents out there.
Let's get to it.
I know it's some parents out there.
He started.
I know it's some parents out there that's going.
All right. I ain't playing for some odd reason.
But to my children.
Don't know why.
My grown children.
Oh, there you go.
My 25-year-old, my 21-year-olds who have jobs but still live in my house. And I know why you're there. And it's okay. But here's the thing. When I lost my parental rights to dictate when you can leave.
Hey, look, and I get what he's saying.
Leave the house and come back in the house and you can go places, and you don't have to tell me where you're going. And when you could
Because parents, man, we ain't got to do with the things that we're doing. I know a lot of you guys think that parents are obligated to continue to take care of you as you become a full-fledged adult. That just ain't true, right? That ain't true at all. You know what I mean? So what he was saying on here, he said he had a problem with his children. You know, he said they would eat up all the damn peanut butter. They work full-time jobs. They 25 years old, and they would eat up all the damn peanut butter. And then all of a sudden they just leave it there and not buy anything else. And he said, hey, man, that's a problem. And I agree with him. And I think a lot of times us as parents, we don't want to say anything. We don't want to cause any commotion, but you're setting your child up for failure later on. Y'all get what I'm saying? You're setting them up for failure later on, right? So listen, I want you guys to understand, like I know a lot of parents out here are still paying bills, right? You still paying bills. You still paying your child's bill. Ain't no damn way in the world you got a 20-year-old, 21, 22, 23-year-old. If they not in college and they working, they should be paying their own damn bills. Bottom line. You shouldn't be paying no car note. You shouldn't be paying no insurance. You shouldn't be paying no phone bill. None of that shit. You should be paying none of that. If they working and not in college, they should be taking care of those bills. They should be taking care of those bills. But they supposed to. They supposed to. And it ain't got nothing about you needing them to help pay your bills. It's about them learning responsibilities. You don't need them to help to pay your bills, but they need to understand this life as an adult. You got bills. We got bills. You got to pay your bills. You got to take care of yourself. You got to learn to be responsible. When we start doing that, I think our children will turn out a lot better, and they will learn how to. They will once they start getting a little bit older, they're gonna know how to focus and how to get to where they're trying to get to. The same way we had to do it. We had to figure it out on our own. Our parents gave us the blueprint. Some of them did, some of them didn't. They gave us a blueprint and said, hey, this is the way that you're supposed to go. If you go that route, cool. If you don't go that route, I get it. But this is the way that you're supposed to go. And we had to get out here and bump our heads and figure it out. That's what we got to get back to. That's what we got to get back to now. I think that's one of the reasons you see the estrangement now is so high. You see so many adult children going no contact with their parents, right? And a lot of parents are sitting around and asking themselves, like, why? Why would my child go no contact with me? You gave them everything. You spoiled them. So now the real world done told them, hey, you ain't all that. You got a lot to learn. And what do? They sit around and they say, well, my mama didn't teach me that. My daddy didn't teach me that. They didn't show me this. So they set me up for failure. That's the way they look at it. So then they go no contact because they can't figure out the real world. They cannot figure out the real world. So they have to blame their failures on somebody, and they blame the parent. And for the parents out there who did everything that they could, went above and beyond, and still got no contact. Their adult child went no contact. I'm talking to you today. Understand, if you went above and beyond, did your best, and your child still went no contact, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Question yourself and ask yourself, why would a child go no contact with me being a great parent? A lot of these children are so spoiled and so entitled. That's why it kills me when the internet says children do not leave good parents. I say bullshit. I see it every day. I know it's true. It's bullshit. It happens every day. A lot of times, if you don't agree with their lifestyle, things that they want to do, how they want to maneuver, things of that nature, they don't want to deal with you no more. You telling them the truth, they get mad and they want to cut you off. All of a sudden, you done. All of a sudden, you wasn't a good parent. All of a sudden, you was never there for them. Once you start telling them no, and a lot of parents, when you cut the money off, when you cut the money off, y'all, when you cut that money off or stop doing for them, watch how quick that relationship ends. Watch how quick that relationship ends. When you cut that money off, man, that relationship changes. It changes the dynamics. And that's what a lot of people do not understand. That's why I laugh on the internet when I hear it all the time. You know, children do not leave good parents. That's just a lie. Not this generation. This generation is different. They're so entitled, so spoiled, that if you tell them something that they don't want to hear, they will cut you off. They listen to everybody else. They listening to the internet, right? They listen to and listen. They say everything is trauma. Everything is trauma. You can tell them, hey, if you decide that, hey, if you're just gonna go out here and work and you don't want to go to school, and you just say, man, I'm just gonna work, your life might be a little tough. They'll look at you and say that's trauma. They'll say that's trauma. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm gonna have a hard life if I don't learn discipline and structure? What do you mean? They will tell you straight up, that's trauma. That's how they operate. That's the way that their minds think. They think that's trauma. You just trying to prepare them for the real world. You're trying to prepare them, trying to set them up, so they won't have to go through the same issues you went through. But by you telling them that, they looking at you and telling their friends and anybody that will listen, that's trauma. That's trauma to them. So that's why I tell parents, man, you have to know yourself. You know what type of parent you were. You know if you was a trash ass parent, you know if you were there for your child. And you also know if you got an entitled, spoiled ass child, right? You know that. You know these things, right? So like I said, don't let the internet fool you. Don't let the internet tell you that you were a horrible parent, because you wasn't. Like I said, you know if you wasn't there for your child. Being real with it, you know if you wasn't there. You know if you sacrificed, you did everything that you could, and your child still went no contact with you. You got to ask yourself why. Why? Because I didn't agree with some of the bullshit that they were saying. I didn't agree with some of the bullshit that they were saying. And now I'm getting to this point, or now the way that they're doing me is they're saying, you know what? Because you don't want to listen to the bullshit, because you don't want to believe in the shit that I'm telling you, then you had to be a horrible parent. You had to be a horrible parent. But how are you going to fix it? What are you going to do to fix your situation, your current situation? I see so many parents struggling right now trying to understand and trying to find themselves again. You know, a lot of us parents, we were so caught up in being parents and being the best parents that we could. Now our children are adults. They say they don't need us anymore. What are we going to do? How are we going to fix this? What does our life look like? I've had parents tell me, man, they don't even know who they are. They don't even know who they are. They don't even know who they are. They're asking themselves, what do I enjoy doing? Shit, they didn't forget. They didn't forget. They didn't forget what they enjoy doing. Right? So, man, it's just crazy to me for us as parents who always wanted to be parents to get to this point, to have our children now say, I no longer need you. I no longer want you in my life. And a lot of parents struggle with that. A lot of parents struggle with that. But let me finish. Let me let him finish on this video.
You can be up at any time of night that you so choose. Like, you know, all these liberties. Here's also a liberty I need you to take on. When the peanut butter runs out, and you know it's out because you're the one who scraped the last scrapes, I need you to replace that peanut butter. Not wait for us, that would be me and your mother, to replenish the food in the house just for you to go through it again. I need you to replace it, but not just replace it, but when you replace it, don't replace it with ownership. Like, don't feel like, well, I bought this, so it's mine.
100%.
No. Treat it the same way you treat the stuff we bought. Meaning it's up for grabs. Anybody can get to it, and anybody can destroy it, and anybody can finish it. Treat it the same way. I mentioned peanut butter because that's what I went through this morning. But it could be any food. That's what I'm asking. Dear grown children that are still in my house. And again, it's okay that you're there. I know why you're there. But I also know I've lost a lot of liberties as a parent. So I want to lose that one as well. I know it's some parents
he didn't tell not one lie.
Me on this.
Like I say, he did not tell not one lie.
But to my
he didn't tell not one lie, y'all. I mean, he's telling the truth right here. It's just crazy to me how a lot of these adult children feel like they deserve, and everything that you have, it should be theirs too. Right? Everything that you have, it should be theirs. That's the way they think about this. He did not tell not one lie on that, right? Hey, if you stay in my house, you're not paying any bills. First and foremost, if you staying in my house and you living and you working, you got a full-time job, you paying bills.
I know.
You paying bills. You know what I mean? You paying bills. That's just me. I'm just keeping it real with y'all today. You're going to pay some bills.
Out there that's gonna...
So, you know, hold on right quick. Take this off. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. I don't know why it keeps popping back on like that. Let's see. There it goes. Got a little internet connection issue going on, y'all. But no, like I was saying, you paying some bills, man. You know what I'm saying? If you living at my house, you working full time, you paying some bills. Bottom line, y'all, you're going to be paying some type of damn bills, man. And I think parents need to get back to that. I know a lot of these parents on this gentle parenting bullshit. Well, you know, they can stay with me for as long as they possibly want to, or they can. No. Right here. Oh, my bad. Here you go. But anyways, yeah, like I say, man, you know, it's one of those situations where, hey, you got to make sure that they're responsible and doing what they're supposed to be doing and taking care of business, right, guys? That's what we're here for. We're not here to enable our children and allow them to do whatever they want to do, because that ain't the way that the world works, right? So we're not here for that aspect of it. We're here to tell them the truth, let them know life is fun, life can be fun, but it's hard. That's the truth of it, right? We got to let them know that, man. I love what he was saying in that video. Make them be responsible, y'all. Make them be responsible. A lot of y'all are sitting here dealing with adult children. These adult children fix somebody that don't want to be fixed. Make it make sense, y'all. Trying to fix somebody who don't want to be fixed. That's the truth of the matter. That's what you're working on right now. You're trying to fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. So make it make sense, guys. That's what we got to start asking ourselves. Why are we stressing? Why are we going back and forth? Why are we going through all these scenarios and situations when this person doesn't want us in their life? They don't want to be fixed. Can't nothing change until they change. Now, parents, I'm going to tell y'all like this too. A lot of parents, a lot of us are stubborn. We've been set in our own ways. We think everything that we do or that we say is correct. Some of us need to go and take a look in the mirror and say, no, I need to change. But it's a lot of us who won't do the work. And that's why some of these children feel the way that they do. I don't put all blame on adult children. I put blame on both. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm here to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? It's a lot of parents who struggle with that aspect of saying to themselves, man, maybe I need to put the work on myself and get myself into being into a better place. You know what I mean? And they wondering why their adult child don't want to have a relationship with them. They wondering why their adult child is basically saying like, hey, I'm good with you. You know what I mean? I don't want to have a relationship with you. Look at yourself in the mirror and you know when you got a problem. You know when you got some issues. Man, do the work. Do the work. Do the work. You know what I mean? Do the work, man. I think we got to get back to that also, you know, because I talk to a lot of adult children who say their parents won't take any responsibilities for some of the issues that they had. None. We got to be real here, parents. We got to be real here. Hey, listen, ain't nobody perfect. Say to yourself, man, I'm going to do the work. I'm going to put in the work and we're going to see how the outcome comes, right? We're going to go through the work and then don't do it for them. Don't do it to get them back into your life. Don't do it on that aspect. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. That's the key right there, y'all. Do it for yourself. Ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. This is for you. This is for you. But all the parents out there that continue to chase, I'm here to tell you right now, going through estrangement, that's the worst thing you can do is chase. The worst thing you can do is chase. That part right there is what just takes all your dignity, all your self-respect away when you chase. When you chase for somebody to have a relationship with you who doesn't want to have a relationship with you, that's the biggest mistake that you can make. The biggest mistake. So, you know, I'm going to tell you like this. For the ones that's on this live right now and that's listening, for you guys right now that are dealing with the grandchildren alienation and not being able to be in your grandchild's life, right? I know that's hard. I know that's a struggle. But what I'm here to do today to tell you is ain't shit you can do about it. I know that sounds horrible, but ain't shit you can do about it. And a lot of times people and parents don't want to understand this. If you don't have a relationship with that adult child, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have a relationship with that grandbaby unless the grandbaby has become an adult. It's just the truth. If you do not have a solid relationship with your adult child, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have a relationship with your grandchild. And ain't nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. I got a journal coming out in a couple weeks and the journal is for grandparents and to write letters. And it says that the journal's name is basically, it says letters you may not ever receive, right? And it's the journal writing letters that one day, God forbid, if something happens to you, your grandchild can come and read and say, I wanted to be in your life. I wanted to be in your life. Your mama was stupid. Your daddy was stupid. I hate to say it like that, but that's real, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to be in your life. They never gave me the opportunity. They never allowed me to be in your life. So this is what I had to do. I wrote down my feelings for you would understand, wrote a little bit about me so you would know who I am, because I want you to read my story from me. I don't want you to hear my story from somebody else, as that's going to turn my story all upside down, right? That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. We got to understand, though, those children are not ours. Those grandchildren are not ours. I know it sucks because think about it. Growing up, we said to ourselves, man, I can't wait to be a parent. Then you start having children. Next thing you know, it's like, man, my children are adults. I can't wait to be a grandparent and spoil the shit out of my grandkids. And there's a lot of us on here today, that didn't get that opportunity, that didn't get that chance. You see what I'm saying? So you ask yourself right there, you're like, man, I'm feeling like I'm missing out. But I tell, because parents struggle with that the most. They struggle with that, man. I tell parents all the time, I say, we have to understand something. It's not up to us. It's not up to us. How do we fix this? What can we change? Right? What can we change? How do we fix this? You can't. I got a lady that I've been talking to, and she was telling me that she even tried to go through the court system, to get parental grandparents right. And she said it didn't work. So she's like, I'm out of money, and it never worked. It never worked. It never happened. You know, she said it just didn't happen for her. And she said it was tough. So, and that's why I told her, I said, man, we got to look and say it is what it is. It is what it is. Does that suck? Yes. Yes. Does it even suck to say? Yes, it does. But that's why I tell you guys, we have to get to this point in time as parents dealing with, grandparent alienation, adult children not talking to them. You got to get back to you. You got to start loving yourself more than you love your adult child. You got to get back to you. You know what I mean? You have to get back to you. You got to get back to saying to yourself, man, I need to start enjoying my life again. I got to start enjoying my life. Listen, guys, our time ain't that long. We don't know how long we're going to be on this earth, damn it. I don't have time to sit around and be distraught about something, about a child, adult child, who don't want a relationship with me, won't communicate with me, won't tell me why, won't talk to me about it. I don't know what I did wrong. How can I fix something where I don't know what I did wrong? You cannot fix anything where you don't know what you did wrong. It's not possible. You can't do it, guys. It's not possible. So you sitting here wearing yourself to death. I get messages from parents talking about, unaliving themselves, to being in a mental institute, to on their last breath, because a child don't want to have a relationship with them, because they're still trying to figure out, how did my relationship with my adult child get so bad? How did it get so bad? And was I not aware of the situations and issues that were going on? Was I not aware of this? Right? That's what they're trying to figure out. But they don't know. They can't tell because the adult child won't talk to them. But you struggling with your health, mentally, physically, you're thinking about doing things that you will regret. And for what? For what? You've done your job. You've raised your child. You've been there to raise your child. You've done everything that you could to give your child the life that you thought that child deserved. And now the child is a full-fledged adult, and they're like, you know what? That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. And a lot of you guys got to realize, just say you go back and you change something and you switch it up, right? You change something and you switch it up. You know what a lot of them going to say? You still do this. You still do that. So a lot of you guys don't understand, but it don't matter what you do. Don't matter what you change. That's why I tell you to change for yourself. Change for yourself. Start living your life that you want to live for yourself. Don't worry about them. You cannot worry about them. Listen, today, the main thing I want y'all to listen to and understand, first, you got to stop chasing. Stop reaching out. Stop reaching out. They know your number. They know where you live. Stop chasing, right? You got to stop chasing. On the grandchildren aspect, understand, these are not our grandchildren. These are not our grandchildren. So we got to play and move the way that we can, and understand we can't control that aspect of our lives. We can't control having a relationship with our grandchildren if we don't have a relationship with their parents. We can't do it, guys. We cannot do it. And I know that hurts you guys to hear me say that tonight, but I'm being real with y'all. Understand, we cannot control that. You cannot control that. All you can do is continue to live your life, pray for them, ask God, hopefully, and say, man, hopefully one day they'll understand I was a loving mother. I was a loving father. I just wanted to do right by them. That's it. That's all you can ask for. You know what I mean? It's all you can do. Anything else is up to them. The ball's in their court. Now, for some of y'all out there, let me say this real quick. Some of y'all out there who have been horrible parents, who have done things that you wish you can go back, man, look here, fall on your sword, damn it. If you know you was wrong, if you know you was a trash ass parent, fall on your sword. Fall on your sword and say, man, you know what? I'm sorry. I was wrong for that. I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to put in the time and the effort and to say, hey, let's look at this again. I'm willing to do that, right? I'm not, but listen, for the ones of you who know that you've done everything that you're supposed to do, you made some mistakes because you're human. You made some mistakes because you're human, and that's fine. I'm going to tell you like this. You have to stop chasing. You got to stop chasing. That's the biggest thing that you're going to have to start understanding yourself. Don't be reaching out for no birthdays, no Merry Christmas, none of that. None of that. Once you go cold turkey, you're going to have to go cold turkey. But the thing is, you're going to have to start living your life for you. You got to start living your life for you and understanding I need to get a chance to know me again. I need to find out what I enjoy doing, what I like to do, what's fun for me. A lot of us, man, we get 40, 50 years old, 60 years old, and we say to ourselves, our life is over. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Life is not over. Your life is just beginning. This should be one of the better parts of your life. Your children are full-fledged adults. Hopefully they take care of themselves. Hopefully they take care of themselves. So this should be one of the better points and times in your life, if you let it be. But if you're dealing with estrangement and you letting estrangement consume you, and listen, if you let estrangement consume you, then you're damn near dead. You're on the verge of being damn near dead. You dead on the inside because you're waiting on somebody else to make you happy. You're waiting on a relationship that is no longer there. That person that you love, that you love so much, understand that's not the same person that you're dealing with. That person is no longer there. I tell parents this all the time. We get so mad when we think about estrangement because we want the relationship that we once had. Guys, that relationship is gone. That person has changed. Your adult child is not your sweet, innocent child anymore. That person is no longer there. So the person you so much in love with that you're thinking about, that's not the same person that you're dealing with now. That's not the same person that you're dealing with now. So you have to understand that, treat them accordingly. Treat them accordingly, man. Treat them the way that they treat you. That's what you got to do. Stop chasing, stop begging, stop plea bargaining for them to have a relationship with you. That's what you have to do. That's what you got to do going forward and understand. Take your dignity back. Take your dignity back. And if you have a spouse, put that energy and that time into that spouse. And I see this happen a lot. A lot of times what happens with you guys is you have other children. But what y'all do is you avoid and don't pay the other child no attention. You don't pay the other child no attention, right? Because you concentrating on the one that's estranged from you. That's all you thinking about. If I can just get a relationship the way that we once had it, you know, how things are going to look and how things are going to change. You're avoiding the one that wants to have a relationship with you. You're avoiding the one that deserves your time. You're avoiding the one that wants to show you how much they love and care for you because you're chasing the one that doesn't want to have any contact with you. You're chasing the one that's estranged. And you're asking yourself, why? Why is my life upside down? Why? Because I'm still trying to get a relationship how it once was without understanding that person has changed. That's not the same person. The person that you wanted that relationship with, that person is no longer here. You're dealing with somebody new. You know what I mean? You're dealing with somebody totally new. So understand that, parents. You got to take back control. We have to take back control. We got to control. We got to take back the control and understand. Stop chasing. Set your boundaries. Say to yourself, I am not going to let this ruin my life. I'm not going to let this consume me. Get back out here and start living your best damn life. That's what we got to do. I know it's easier said than done, but we got to start somewhere. If you sitting in that house in your thoughts 24/7, 365, you done lost already. You done lost already. Understand that, y'all. We are not meant to go through this life by ourselves on our own. So if that child don't want you in their life and you got a spouse, man, start putting that time into your spouse. Put the time into your spouse, damn it. Because now your marriage is on rocks. It's on rocks because the estrangement done took over everything. It done took over everything, man. You know what I mean? Listen, man, like I say, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me today. My name is Aaron Real Talk, man. If you were here, if you hopped on the live, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all like, follow, share. Like I said, we're going to be doing content. I'm a father who went through estrangement. I want to help parents understand and navigate this estrangement and don't let it consume and kill them. Just being real with y'all, man. But hey, like I say, man, I appreciate it. We'll be back on Wednesday. Y'all look for me, man. We're going to have some more content for you guys. I appreciate you, YouTube. Hey, it's going to get better later, man. So you guys keep going, keep praying, and keep moving, man. Y'all make sure you have a good rest of you guys' day. Thank you so much for hopping on my live.